everyone, this is Michelle over here at Bunebape, and today I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about part 1 of the Forestry update before it's added to the game. Most of what I'm going to be going over today, I've already gone over on the OSRS podcast I co-host, also called Bunebape, but I just wanted to get a bit more into detail on the update and share some info for those who do not listen to the podcast. For this video, I'm just going to be going over part 1 of Forestry, and potentially I will go and make a second video for part 2 whenever that comes out in August. Forestry was first introduced back in December of last year as a woodcutting expansion that will have us interacting with this classic skill in ways that we've never seen before. This expansion aims to make woodcutting a more social skill with less competition, new events, and of course, new items. Best of all, you can take part in Forestry anywhere in Gilnor that there's woodcutting. With the expansion, we'll be seeing changes in tree spawn mechanics, group cutting bonuses, along with new events and rewards for woodcutting. Let's start out with tree timers. With the Forestry expansion, trees will now despawn based on a timer that begins after the first chop of the tree. If all players stop cutting the tree before it's fully chopped, the timer will slowly start to regenerate. With these new timer mechanics, each tree will get a buff in their XP per hour, but as you may or may not know, two-ticking teak trees is a super popular method for training woodcutting. So in their blog, the dev team says that they kept this in mind when discussing tree timers, and as such, they decided to make the teak despawn time to 30 seconds, making it so you can still get the buff benefits from the trees and tick manipulation while also keeping the XP rates in check. So the average despawn timers will be as follows: Oak 27 seconds, Willow 30 seconds, Teak 30 seconds, Maple 1 minute, Hollow Trees 36 seconds, Mahogany 1 minute, Arctic Pine 1 minute 24 seconds, Yew 1 minute 54 seconds, Magic 3 minute 54 seconds, and Redwood 4 minutes and 24 seconds. These timers will affect all trees in the game other than regular old trees, including those in free-to-play worlds and in the Woodcutting Guild. Next up is Group Boost. As mentioned before in previous Forestry blogs, players will receive invisible woodcutting boost when woodcutting with other players. When there are at least 2 players at a single tree, players will get an invisible +1 to their woodcutting level. This scales up based on how many people are there up to a maximum of 10. So for example, if there are 4 players cutting one tree, all these players will get +4 woodcutting. According to this latest blog, they're looking into setting up some woodcutting worlds to help find others and get this bonus. Should be noted that these invisible boosts will not be available when cutting the standard tree or when in the Woodcutting Guild. And these invisible boosts will be stackable with visible woodcutting bonuses as well. One of the things I am most excited to try on Forestry are the events. Events can be spawned anytime you're woodcutting with a Forestry kit on you, as long as there is no other event happening within 10 tiles of your tree. By their own estimates, we can expect to see 4 to 5 events an hour when cutting solo, and around 7 to 9 when cutting in groups of 10. Every time a tree is chopped for the first time, the events table is rolled and an event is selected. Some events do require specific items, such as a bee on a stick or a leprechaun charm, but others only need you to have the Forestry kit. They have also gone ahead and balanced the events so that while lower trees, for example oaks, will have a lower chance to spawn, they will also allow for more rolls as you cut it faster. Forestry Part 1 will add 4 new events to the game, all of which scale in XP and difficulty depending how many people are present. Rising Roots. Roots will suddenly appear, trying to protect their woody brethren. Cut them down for some XP in anima-infused bark, but make sure to keep an eye out for the ones that glow with energy. Flowering Tree. For this event, you must have a bee on a stick. Bees will appear alongside new flowers that want to bloom. Find the right 2 flowers to move pollen between them for XP, anima-infused bark, and some seeds or tasty treats. Struggling Sapling. Help the poor sapling grow big and strong. Create the right combination of mulch to feed to the baby tree before it withers away. Get some XP and anima-infused bark in return. And finally, the Leprechaun event. You'll need a leprechaun charm to make this event appear, but it spawns a friendly leprechaun who will be able to take your woodcutting resources straight to the bank for you. Next up, I'm going to be talking about the Forestry Kit. So the Forestry Kit is a wearable item that lets you store new tools and materials on your woodcutting journey. In this pouch, you'll be able to store things such as leaves, anima-infused bark, and charms to spawn certain events. So I've already mentioned this a few times, so you might be wondering what it is. Anima-infused bark is actually going to be the new untradeable currency introduced with Forestry. You'll use this to buy items from the Freaky Forester's store that can be used to create and upgrade items. Before we move on to the store, I'm going to go over a few of the other items that you can keep inside your Forester's kit. First up being the Leprechaun Charm. This charm is used to attract the attention of leprechauns, and this is what you'll need on you in order to spawn the Leprechaun event. To get the charm, you have to have 70 crafting, 70 woodcutting, and 35 farming. Buy a clover insignia at the Forestry shop and combine that with an emerald and a ball of wool to create 10 leprechaun charms. Next up is Bee on a Stick. Much like the leprechaun charm, this is also used to spawn certain events, the flower one. You can create this with 50 hunter and 35 woodcutting. Buy some powdered pollen at the Forestry shop and combine that with a ball of wool, logs, and be within a close proximity of a beehive to create 10 bees on a stick. Next up is nature offerings. These offerings are used when cutting a tree to give you a 60 to 80% chance to receive an additional log. These will be used whether you receive the additional log or not. So the nature offerings can be created if you have 50 farming and 68 woodcutting. You must buy some ritual mulch at the Forestry shop and combine that with one high tier herb to create 40 nature offerings. A couple of things you can keep in your kit include the Forester's Ration. So these tasty treats are going to restore 30 points of run energy per hit of a tree. And to make them, you must have 35 cooking and 35 woodcutting with one pile of leaves, any type, with a slice of cooked meat to create 3 rations. Next is the Secateur's Attachment. Once you've got 35 smithing and 35 woodcutting, you can buy a Secateur's Blade from the Forester's shop, combine it with an iron bar to create 50 Secateur's Attachment. And these attachments mean that you will get more leaves when chopping trees, roughly doubling the amount. All of these kit upgrades are tradable and stackable and can be bought and sold on the GE or traded between players. So alongside these items, there are actually even more rewards that you can buy from the Forestry shop. First up being the Log Basket. This basket will work much like the fish barrel. When opened, it can store up to 28 logs of various types. You also have some fill and check options to make sure you keep your inventory sorted at all times. This upgrade is going to cost 5,000 anima infused bark, as well as 25 noted will logs and 25 noted magic logs. Next is the Log Brace. The Log Brace is actually going to be used to combine with the Forestry kit and Log Basket to make a wearable version with the benefits of both items. This will cost 3,000 anima infused bark, 10 noted maple logs, 10 noted yew logs. In order to make this all-in-one Forestry kit, you are also going to need to have 75 smithing and 75 woodcutting, along with 45 nails, 2 ropes, and 3 adamantite bars. Those of you who have not gone to temple trekking for the lumberjack outfit, don't worry, you are actually going to be able to buy this from the Freaky Forester. To buy the entire lumberjack outfit set, it will cost 5,000 anima infused bark, 48 noted yew logs, 20 noted magic logs, 4 noted maple logs, and 8 noted redwood logs. Keep in mind, though, that you will be able to buy each of these items individually. If you already have the OG Lumberjack outfit, they actually are adding a recolor option as well. The cost of recoloring each piece of the Lumberjack's outfit will cost 1,250 anima infused bark. You'll also need to already own the appropriate Lumberjack outfit piece and 25 of the following noted logs: oak, willow, teak, mahogany, maple, arctic pine, yew, magic, and redwood. For those of you who want the Lumberjack outfit's bonuses, but want to be hanging out in your best fashionscape, they're actually going to be selling a clothes pouch. So if you craft this handy item and put your Lumberjack outfit inside, you get the benefits of the outfit while wearing whatever you want. Let it be noted, though, that other outfit bonuses will override your clothes pouch. So this means if you're wearing a Graceful top, your Lumberjack top in the clothes pouch will be ignored. This item costs 10,000 anima infused bark, 10 noted willow logs, and 10 noted maple logs. You will also need 50 crafting and 50 woodcutting to craft this item with thread and some leather. Another item that will be at the store is the funky shaped log. So this item is actually going to be used to recolor your beaver pet. It will cost 15,000 anima infused bark and 50 of the following logs noted: oak, willow, teak, maple, mahogany, arctic pine, yew, magic, and redwood. And if you buy this item, it's a one-time unlock. You'll be able to change the color of your beaver at any point. The final item is going to be two-handed axes. As far as I was able to tell, they do not yet have the price out for this item, but at the shop, you're going to be able to buy an exclusive axe handle, and you can attach it to the current handle of any axe you may own, all the way up to 3rd edition if you happen to have it, and make a two-handed axe. The axes are going to chop at the same speed as your regular one, but you'll have an added benefit of gaining extra experience in exchange for getting fewer logs. This benefit uses your run energy at the cost of 40 points per swing, and you'll receive 18% more XP for each successful hit of the tree, with a 20% chance not to gain a log. That is going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments if you found this helpful and what you are most excited for with the Forestry update. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe to our channel. You can also catch me live on Twitch 5 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape. And every Thursday on the OSRS podcast, I co-host, also called Bunebape, which can be found on this channel or wherever you get your podcast. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.